So in the start of this course, we actually made a spreadsheet and we used the sum function to calculate the summation. So we summed up the columns, we summed up the rows, we then saw relative cell referencing and absolute cell referencing. Now in this video, let's extend our discussion to more functions, not the auto sum or the sum function, but the more general functions which you can use in everyday Excel use. So basic functions of that type are what you use in most of the time in everyday basis are average, count, maximum value, and minimum value. So these are the basic functions or the basic things, basic attributes which you use in everyday use. You can also use a formula or you can also calculate it manually. We can do it a long way. Just like suppose I want to calculate the average, what I can do, I can just put equal to sign, then I can go to the formula section. I can either go to math and trig and select the sum function from here, or else I can also use this auto sum function here. I can change this argument from C4 to C8, and then I can divide it by total number of values, which is 5, and I'll get the average. This is one way. But what if suppose you get an instant result of all the columns you want to use? So for that, we use this kind of, just like we use the auto sum function, we also use these kind of functions. So for that, suppose you want to calculate the average, just go to this symbol here. In the top left hand side, second symbol, this is an auto sum symbol. It actually says the shortcut also, this alter and equal to sign, you can get the summation. And also you can use this icon to sum this up. You can also use this maths and trig, but this is something which is like very readily used, so it is just like kept on the shelf. So you can click on this drop down here. Suppose you want an average, so just click on average. You will get average. The argument is from total argument. So see, whenever Excel doesn't know that how many cells you want to take the average of, or how many rows you want to take the average of, so it will take all the values inside that column. So you can change the argument. So I want my argument from C4 to C8. So for that, I can calculate from C4 to C8, and then I'll just put enter. Again, I just got 340. And I don't want to have this error, I can ignore this error. And now you can simply drag this. The average of this column is 360. Then you can add it to these both columns. Now the average has been there. Now you can also say the average sales across the months is 1460. Average sales of March month, Feb month, or January month. Similarly, you can find the average here also. Simply you have to put an equal to sign here, go to this auto sum section and click on average. This is now C4 to G4, but I don't want G4. I want to change the argument to from C4 to the column shows you 2. So from C4 I want E4 I can get, and I can press enter. So I got the average of Vivo, average number of pieces of Vivo phones sold is 533. Now you can simply drag this. And you can get the average number. So it's very simple. You can see it is very simple. You can choose to ignore this error and things will be okay. Now you can also either go every time and use this drop down and calculate the average, or else you can simply, if you can also write average directly. Suppose I delete this, what I can do, I can simply write equal to AVRA, And once you start writing it, there will be some suggestions by Excel, because Excel, whatever you will write, Excel will actually search its directory and will try to suggest what you want to actually use. So this is a basic, these are the latest improvements which an Excel does every year on year, making it more intelligent. So now see, I have average, average A, average, if S, and D average. We know we will see all this function as we go on and along this course. But for now, you can use this average directly. And if you select this, you will get the basic syntax also, which is average number 1, comma number 2, or whatever number you want to do that. So you can use this C4, and you can do this semicolon to C8, and you can close the bracket. You got the average. You ignore this error, and you can now drag this. You got this. Now for the count, similarly, press equal to sign, go to this auto sum section. Then you have count numbers. Just click on this count number. You have this function count with the syntax value 1 and value 2. What you have to do, just you have to count it from here to here. That's it. Enter. You have the 5 counts, and this will be same across all the columns. You can drag this and you can see all these are found. Count. What about max function? The same formula applies here. Just press equal to sign, go to this drop down, use this max function, and just select the argument and press enter. The maximum value is 700. Now simply you can drag this. You get the maximum of the columns you have selected. Now minimum. Similarly, you just type it out and just try it yourself. Every time you don't need to go to this drop down, because more you will practice, you will remember what function I have to write. So I had written max there. I will write min. This is a min. This is a suggestion which has already been shown here. I will use this min function, and then I will use this argument here. That's it. I got the minimum value also of the of the columns, and I can drag this out. This is how you can use these kind of functions. There are n number of functions which you can use, but these are the basic functions which you don't need to remember as such. These are basic, like it is very simple. You simply have to put an equal to, and if you want to use sum, you can just write sum and then the argument. If you want to have the average, you just write the average. Or if you want to get the count, you just write the count, or max or min. These are very simple. This you can easily remember these kind of functions, and you can use it. We will see all different kind of function, and every functions are actually case dependent. Suppose a statistician will use some of the statistics function. They will use statistical function here. They will use average. They will use binomial distributions. All this. There are n number of functions. Suppose an engineering person will use some functions from here. So see, every functions Excel will give you, but it will be a domain specific. But we are learning as to how to use the functions in if a normal person has an Excel, how you can use it. And then you can scale up all the functions as per your domain specification. So I hope this video gives you a clarity of how you can use these functions, this auto sum function. See, here one more option is there, more function. When you click on this more functions, you will get all the functions here. This is engineering. You can select the category, all the categories. Suppose a financial person will use a financial kind of formula or function. So everything is there, but these are some basic functions which one should use, and it is very easier to use. So I hope this basic function tutorial was clear to you all. That's it for this video. The next video we will learn how to modify these kind of spreadsheets. Thank you.